Welcome back for the second lesson. Remember, this is a continuation from the previous lesson, the one we learned in our first lesson. We talked about a number of things. We talked about the meaning of sign language, and we gave examples of sign language from other countries. We also talked about what's good about sign language. We talked about, lastly, what we refer to as facts about sign language, things that we have to know that is involved in sign language. Today, it's a different session. And let's talk about principles of signing, the rules, the regulations of signing. What do you do before you start signing, or what should you have before you start signing? But before that, I want us to look at a very important thing about those people who use sign language. Sign language is used by three people. Number one, the deaf themselves. What do I mean by this? The deaf are those one with hearing impairment. Number two, they are family members. Remember, when a deaf person is born in a family, the family members have to engage him or her through communications in signs. So automatically those ones are the users of the sign language. And lastly, those of us, like those of you who are watching, you are part of this community. You are part of this beloved community, the interpreters. Remember, after learning this sign language, at the end of these exercises, you are going to become an interpreter. So you are part of those who uses sign language. So those three people are very important. The deaf, the family members, and the interpreters are the one who engage themselves in use of sign language. Now, principles of signing. Everything has its own guideline. Sign language is within the boundaries of principles. There are three principles of sign language, and I'm going to mention them, and we'll talk about each of them in detail so that you get to know. Now, before you do anything in sign language, before you start signing, even if making an alphabet or a number, you have to know these guidelines, because they are very important. They are the one to guide you how to use the language. Number one, we have what we refer to as the signing space. Signing space. What's signing space? The signing space is the space within which all the signs in sign language are made. Remember, there are two places, or there are two sections where all signs should be made. Number one, some signs are made on your body. On your body. For example, if I may give an example, you want to talk about the nose or the ear. For the parts of the body, you just point. So this is the nose and this is the ear. So there's no way you'll point the ear in the air. You'll have to touch it. That's why we are saying one of the signing space is on your body. Number two, the space in front of you. This space in front of me is part of the signing space. So some signs, as you'll know, we'll come to learn, some of the signs will be made on the body and others in the space in front of you, not at the back. There are no signs made at the back. So all signs should be made either in front of you or on your body. So that is very important when you are engaging yourself in signings. So before you make any sign, you have to know, where is this sign going to be placed? The place of articulation, where are you going to place these signs? Is it on your body or in front of your body? Very important principle. So principle number one is signing space. Principle number two is what we refer to as the position of the signer during signing. Who is the signer? The signer is the one making the signs. Maybe you are talking to the audience, you are signing to the audience, or you are having a dialogue one-on-one. The one signing at that particular time is the one we are talking about. How do you position yourself? If, for example, you are standing you want to interpret or you want to engage yourself in a conversation using sign language, you have to position yourself so nicely. Stand at least legs apart, slightly apart, just to have stability. If you are in a sitting position, take the chair and sit in an acceptable manner, the manner that will give you comfortability when you are signing. Again, still on position of the signer during signing, when you are having a dialogue one-on-one, don't stand too far. Just be within 3 meters. Why do we say that you should be within 3 meters? Number one, so that the one you are signing to can be able to follow the movement of the hands. Remember, as you sign, you are using your hands. So someone, the audience, should follow the movement of your hands within the 3 meters. Another thing, the one you are signing to should also watch the facial expressions, which is very important in sign language. When you are smiling, or when you are sad, when you want to cry, all those facial expressions, someone should be able to see them within that distance of 3 meters. Another thing, remember, sign language is about eye contact. You maintain the eye contact. However much you are following the movement of the hands, but the eye should be like this. One on one, the eye should be maintained like this. So it's very important that we do all our signs within this specified distance. However, when you are interpreting for the audience, a large audience, make sure you position yourself where everyone will be able to see you in a comfortable way. So it's very important that you check out your audience. Look at them. Ask them, are you able to see me? Let them give you the responses. And through that, you'll be able to, it will be an advantage to you and to them, because all the signs that will be made will be able to be seen. The last principle, remember, we have talked about two. We have talked about the signing space, the space in which all signs are made. Number two, we have talked about the distance, the position of the signer during signing, which is very important in sign language. The last one is use of the body language. Use of the body language. I know some of us are very stiff like trees, growing trees. But in sign language, you must use your body language. And for this case, the body language comprises of the facial expression and the body movement. Like in the normal community, in the normal society way of interaction, during a dance, people shake their bodies. They can go like this, depending on the rhythm or depending on the type of music that is played. Likewise, in sign language, for example, when you want to say someone was running from danger, you will show your signs how someone was going like that. So if your body cannot respond or your body cannot move in that direction, then definitely there's no communication. So body language plays very important thing in sign language, and we have to know this, and we should be aware of all these things I'm talking about. Now, I want us to prepare ourselves for a test. What have we learned about today? You have to know them. Outline them on a paper. Practice here and there. Master them, so that at the end of these lessons, you are able to take an exam, pass, and get your certificate. Remember, a way of learning or a way of mastering this language is going through these lessons again and again. So schedule your own timetable, create your own time. These are free learning platform that is convenient to everyone. Study at your own time, your own convenient time. See you in the next lesson.